We actually do major releases 3 to 4 times a year. We change the name once a year. So last year was SI 2017. The release coming out in the next few weeks, first week of June, will be SI 2018. But we do 2 or 3 other updates also over the course of the year. Most of the updates of late have been more focused around the commercial sector for the reason I mentioned earlier. And it's commercial AV as well as IT, higher education. We have a lot of colleges and universities that use our software, as well as security integrators that are more commercial in nature. So many of the requests from that constituency are what we're adding these days. So specifically with the release that's coming out, we've re-engineered our change order process. Change management is critical on all projects, and we now have the ability to create and manage multiple change orders simultaneously and make sure that they persist. And what I mean by that is that they become separate binding documents, which is different from how we handled it in the past. And we also have a new approval process for change order acceptance. So with the, and you asked about last year, we introduced a feature last year that has to do with, I think I can tie back to change orders as well, called the customer portal, which enables the ability to publish change orders and other documents for that matter to the web for instant review, comment, and approval. So it improves the efficiency of change order approval. The next feature that I think is significant is taxes. We've expanded our tax calculation capability to include use tax. And we're going to take that a step further in our fall release, which will be October, November, by doing an integration with Avalara for different tax code lookups. And that should be done in October or November. The other couple things I'll point to is for members of USAV and PSA industry groups, we're doing an integration with that with the product catalog from that group. So and we're actually expanding the product library and fully integrating it into SI 2018. That'll include daily pricing updates and essentially make doing business with PSA and USAV a seamless experience for D-Tools customers. I'll point to 2 other improvements or enhancements that we're making in this next release next month. One is the GDPR compliance. GDPR, for those who aren't familiar with it, is the General Data Protection Regulation. It was established in the EU for basically making sure that software companies and other companies for that matter do a better job of protecting customer data. So a lot of enhancements there in terms of password and security settings and enforcement. And we're doing a bunch of smaller AutoCAD integration improvements to make sure that we keep up with the latest and greatest with AutoCAD. And then the only other thing I'll mention before ending my response to this question is we are planning to do a rollout of an important new feature again in the fall release coming up in October, November around selling and managing service contracts. That's been something that's been requested by the commercial integration firms that are customers for a long time, and we just haven't got our heads around it yet. But we've been working on it, and it didn't make it into this release, but it should be fully vetted and part of our October, November release.